Hey guys, YouTubers, it is Numistaka here, and I'm back with you again. I was waiting a while to record this because I came back from the States and I got one of those chest infections that you sometimes get on aeroplanes where the air isn't quite as fresh as it might be. And I'm on antibiotics, so it's clearing up over the last day. Hopefully it'll be back to full-scale video making, pardon me, over the next few days. But meanwhile, I thought I'd bring you some arrivals in for submission for grading, which I missed out. This particular one that I'm starting with, I don't think it was submitted for grading. It came in, but for some other reason. But I wanted to show you this because I was just overwhelmed by how nice this coin was, and I don't get a chance to see very many high-end Indians. A lot of the Indians that I get to grade are fakes, or they're reasonably low AU coins, but this one just shows really nicely just how beautiful these coins are when they're in a good high MS grade. When they grade these coins, they're actually looking at the condition of the flat bit for the most part. It's an Incus coin. The design is buried inside the planchet, but they're looking at how many little specks, bag marks and things there are on the flat bit, and a 63 has to be pretty damn good to get that kind of score. There are coins that are higher. When it gets higher than 63, they end up as quite expensive coins. But this one, I think, is a great example of a really nice Indian. It's a late Indian head, 1926. But you can see all the feathers are all pristine in the headdress. The head is really nice on this coin. All the detail is there. I think it's a great example and very, very beautiful. And it's nice to see a good one, because then when you're comparing the Indian heads that you're buying against something, you can compare it against this kind of coin. A lot of the time, the coins that I get in are AU55, AU58. Those coins are quite common, particularly if they're picked up as random coins from one of the big brokers like Atmex. And it's not often you see this kind of coin. There's probably about 100, 150 bucks difference between an average Indian head and a 63 Indian head. So there's quite a big numismatic premium on these coins. Up to you to say whether that premium is worthwhile, but I particularly like this coin. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys think about these extra premium Indian head coins and whether it's worthwhile or whether it isn't. Next coin here is an arrival for submission for grading at NGC, and this is kind of typical of the coins that are coming in for submission to NGC, and I think that there is something going on in the marketplace, I think, in relation to 50p coins at the moment. There's been a lot of publicity by the Royal Mint for the new 50p set, and that's the subject maybe of another video entirely. But there's the change checker, there's lots of websites catering to 50p piece collecting, and lots of the people who once collected sovereigns and Britannias on the Silver Forum and other places seem to now equally collect these gold 50p pieces. So there's lots to choose from. They go back a long time. This is Johnston's Diary 2005, but there's been a number of recent 50p pieces, and the mintages can be quite low. So the Snowman, the Peter Rabbit, the Gruffalo, the Stephen Hawking, and I think that the 50p as a collector's item has really been promoted a lot by the Royal Mint. Prices of these gold 50p used to be maybe a premium of 15%, maybe 20% over spot in the secondary market. But I've noticed the prices of eBay sales creeping up, and the prices of recent eBay sales are actually doing really, really well and showing a premium of anything between £100 and £500 over and above the raw mint issue price, which of course is itself quite a premium over the spot gold price for these coins. But they tend to do pretty well in grading, so I had a lot of 70s back, and there's lots and lots of styles to choose from. They are commemorative coins, and as a consequence may suffer in the long term, but the recent ones are pretty interesting low mintage coins. And really, when you have 400 or 500 coins minted for a worldwide market, that really isn't very much, and they could be worth going after. Britannias have been around a long time, and recently I think they've taken a little bit of a back seat, but I do get a lot of Britannias in for grading. I think people are able to buy them on the secondary market at a reasonable price over the intrinsic spot value, and as a consequence there's a feeling amongst some collectors that they're worth buying, saving, grading, and that it may be possible to add value via grading. And you can see here, this is a great example of coins that come in as an inbound lot, and they're all Britannias, and they're all quarter ounce of gold, and I would have thought most of them have been picked up at a pretty low premium, via bullion dealers, via eBay. There's lots of sources of these coins, and particularly the ones that aren't special year designs can often be picked up at a pretty reasonable price. So in their favour, they've got a few things going for them. It's a very long series. It's a series that's been going since 1987, and so there's lots of choice of coins in the second-hand market. They have focused less on Britannias at the Royal Mint in recent years and more on the Queen's Beasts and Sovereigns. So a lot of these coins, particularly from 2012 onwards, have very low mintages, and if you can pick them up at a good price over spot, then they actually are a pretty good semi-numismatic choice. Is it better to focus on Sovereigns or Britannias? If you ask that question to most people, the answer will probably be Sovereigns, but there's a good minority of people who still like the idea of Britannias. I like Britannias, although there's a lot of criticism as well, in the sense that the design is the same in many years, and people maybe just find them a little bit dull compared to, say, the Queen's Beasts, which are a series of 10, a manageable series of 10. This one is a series that is likely to go on kind of forever, and I think it will always have a minority collecting base and may never quite come to the fore as the prime coin. And it isn't the prime coin in relation to the Royal Mint. The Royal Mint publicise the Sovereign range as their prime coin, then the Queen's Beasts at the moment, but of course that will phase out over the next year or two as the series gets completed, and then Britannias are always there in the background as well. Not directly related to Britannias, but I just want to give a shout out to any of you who might be in the UK or Europe who wish to consign any coins with a value of roughly over $500 per coin to Heritage Auctions, the number 3 auction house in the world, and they have a premier auction in August at Baltimore, coinciding with the ANA convention in Baltimore. I've already consigned a lot of coins to that auction, and I'm after other entries. Probably if you're in the States, then you may not want to send your coins across the Atlantic for them to only go back again. But if you're in the UK or Europe and you have coins that you want to liquidate, then send me a direct message over. Well, you can send it to YouTube or email numistaka@gmail.com and let me know if you're interested, and I can handle your auction consignments for you. I'm approved by Heritage, and it's one of the things that I do is to consolidate numbers of coins and then get them into the correct auction for maximum value return at any one of the Heritage World auctions. So that's all about Heritage, and seeing the last few Britannias here. Lots of good coins, I think, in this video, and it's been an interesting chat about Britannias as well. Hopefully I'll be back to proper healthy form over the next few days and be able to show you more coins that have come in a mega results video unboxing. So until then, please let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and the best thing I think about this channel and about YouTube is everybody's great comments on videos, which I absolutely love reading and respond to when I can.